Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and anybody else watching this video. My name is Deric Lipski, coming to you live from the office across the hall from my office, of course. Today we're going to be going over question number 6. What is question 6? What happens if I'm not happy with your services? Okay, good question. I don't know who wrote it. Sounds like a genius. This question is pretty important. If you're going to interview agents in terms of being representative of you and selling the property, you got to know quickly if something doesn't go right, if what they tell you up front isn't working, or what they're committed to do, they're not doing it. You got to be able to cut your ties quickly. I mean, it's very important in this market to have this, ask this question on the presentation, because if you're not happy with the services, how do I get out of this? Meaning, how can I get out of this and go with someone else that I want? Because if you interview 3 people, one of them you're kind of on the fence on, the other one you think's going to do it, you go with the guy who you think, because maybe someone else said, we used him, he was great, and it sways you to go with him versus where your gut was telling you to go. And then, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 days into the contract, you're like, wait a minute, nothing's really happening here. I don't know if his plan is actually even working. What is he doing? You want to cut your ties and go with someone else who thinks can be more aggressive. So you got to put a line in there that says something like, what I give my clients is, if we get to that point, not everybody asks for that, but when people do ask for that, I put the line in there that says that if you're unhappy with my services for any reason at all, you can terminate the contract. And when I say terminate the contract, because if I just say we can take it off the market, I can withdraw it, meaning I can hold it for 6 months under contract, and then release you at that date, so then you can go with somebody else. Problem being with that is you miss a great time of year to sell, and the market's not flat or going up, it's going down. So the longer I wait to go with somebody else, the less money I'm going to make. So it's actually costing me money to do that. So you want to have a clause that's going to get you so that you don't just have an agent still hold it on the contract but not market anymore. You want a full release, so you can go with any way you want. So I give my clients that option. I've never had anybody actually use it. But in this marketplace, you never know. People want to feel comfortable, especially if I'm calling you. If I wasn't referred in and I'm calling you, which is a lot of times what it is, you don't know me, and you had a bad experience with the last agent. So the last thing you want to do is get tied up in a multi-month contract for thousands of dollars with commission if it isn't going to work. So in our market, what I try to do is make my clients feel comfortable. I put that clause in there because I know they're not going to exercise it, but if they do, when they go to sign, it's going to make them feel comfortable. They have a way out. They can get out of it if they don't think I'm going to get the home sold. Now, I get the home sold, so they're happy about that, but not every home sells right away. I've had some homes that, I think I priced them really hot, and it's going to sell in a day, and it ended up taking 3 months to sell. I have other homes that I priced, I'm like, I'm not sure about that price, and it sells in a week. It's sort of, you have an idea, but really the buyers make the decision, and it depends on what wave of buyers you get. I mean, homes sit on the market sometimes, they wait for buyers come in waves. It's weird. It doesn't there's not like a steady stream that are always out there looking for that particular house. There's certain waves of people that look for that house, and you can have a home, weather is a big factor, especially in the winter, but you can have a home that would sit there for 2 months, and then in the same week, get 7 offers. You're just like, whoa, what happened? And chances are this time of year, buyers just kind of like, cabin fever, let me buy! And they want to get out and look at something. So that's understandable. But other times you could just have it and there'll be no activity, and all of a sudden, bam, bam, bam. And you're like, whoa, what did we do different? What happened? It wasn't you did anything different. It's just that wave of buyers for that particular home was noticed. So in the market we were at 5 years ago, there was just a steady wave. People just grab stuff because there weren't enough to choose from. Now there's so many options they're able to pick through particular homes. And if you have a very unique home, it offers something totally different than all the other homes. It's a little bit harder to sell because you need a specific buyer for that. So the clause in there is going to help you make sure you determine the agent you want. It's going to give you the release. It's going to make you feel easier during signing. But you got to make sure you ask that because they're not going to volunteer that information for you. You want to make sure you say, hey, if I'm not happy with your services, what do I do to get out of this? So what's our options? And make sure they put it in writing. I put it in writing right on the contract. I initial it, have the seller initial it, and then we sign the contract together. Hope that helped. Any questions, comments, feel free to call me, email me, anything you want. The information will be below here. 508-326-5320. I look forward to talking to you again. Thanks.